I'm Nate, and today let's look at The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 5, The Pirate. In this episode, Pirate Gorian Shard invades Navarro. When Greef Karga's request for help from the New Republic falls on deaf ears, Din and Bo lead the Mandalorians on a mission to retake Navarro. Written by Jon Favreau, Episode 5 was released on March 29, 2023 on Disney+. The episode starts on Navarro, where Greef Karga is in his office planning city expansion with his staff. Pirate Gorian Shard shows up, and his men raid the city as his ship hovers above, wreaking havoc. At the New Republic outpost of Adelphi, Captain Carson Teva receives a holovid message from Greef Karga, asking for New Republic assistance with defending Navarro from the pirate attack. This scene is interesting in a few ways. First off, Zeb of Star Wars Rebels fame shows up at the bar and talks with Carson. Zeb was not only voiced by Rebels voice actor Steve Blum, but the motion capture was performed by Blum as well, which made the cameo even better. This is the first live-action appearance of any of the characters from the crew of the Ghost. Though this could mean that Zeb is going to start having a role in the show, I think what John and Dave are doing here is giving us a heads up that more Rebels characters are about to show up in live action. But most likely it will be in the Ahsoka series. Another character at the bar is Trapper Wolf, played by the Godfather himself, Dave Filoni. Carson heads to Coruscant to see if he can get New Republic permission to intercede on Navarro. It's so far away in the Outer Rim that simply submitting a request might take forever, so he does it in person. Carson meets with Colonel Tuttle, who is played by SNL alum Tim Meadows. Tuttle is reluctant to help due to the backlog of projects he's already dealing with. Then a nosy Elia Kane wanders into the room, and she notes that Navarro didn't sign on with the New Republic. And at this point, if you didn't already have hesitation about Elia Kane's intentions, hopefully this highlighted it for you. Colonel Tuttle agrees and tells Carson that the New Republic will not answer Karga's call for help. Carson argues that something is up in the Outer Rim, as rumors abound that Moff Gideon did not make it to trial. So Carson heads to the Children of the Watch covert. Upon arrival, he is greeted with pointed blasters. How was he able to find the covert? He states that someone he served with in the rebellion was in their ranks, referring to R5. He explains the situation on Navarro and leaves the call for help in their hands. In a community meeting, Din appeals to the covert to help Navarro. They were once allies with Karga, and Karga has since offered land and a home for Din. He would most certainly do the same for the rest of them. It's time they stopped hiding and made themselves known. Paz Vizsla steps up to speak, and despite his previous contention with Din, supports Din's desire to help Navarro. Din saved his son Ragnar, so he'll help Din. The covert mounts up and heads to Navarro. The plan is for Din to draw the fighters away in his N1 starfighter, so Bo can drop the Mandalorians into the city where they will clear it of the pirate threat. The battle in the air is intense as Din maneuvers to get Vane and his fighters away from the mothership. On the ground, Paz Vizsla and his Mandalorians take the pirates to task, eliminating them, while Bo attacks Gorian's ship. Shard figures out the strategy and calls Vane back to protect the mothership, but it's not enough as Din goes on the offensive and takes out all the fighters except Vane. Vane runs away, leaving Gorian to go down with his ship in a massive explosion. Greef Karga gives a tract of land to the Mandalorians for saving the planet and the city. Going along with the season theme of redemption, the Mandalorians return to Navarro and not only reclaim their former hideout, but they are given new land in order to make a real home. Paz Vizsla tells Bo-Katan that the armorer wants to see her. Paz escorts Bo to their old forge under the city. The armorer tells Bo to remove her helmet. She states that since Bo has seen the mythosaur, she walks both worlds and that the Mandalorians are headed into a new age. I thought this was an odd scene. Previously, the armorer did not believe Bo had actually seen the mythosaur. She merely wrote it off as a vision rather than reality. So what changed? In a final scene, Carson Teva comes across the remains of a Lambda-class Imperial shuttle floating in deep space. He inspects it and finds that not only was it the shuttle transporting Moff Gideon to trial, but remnants of Beskar alloy are found as shrapnel in the interior of the shuttle. Overall, I thought this episode was a good installment. The action was fantastic, with Din expertly weaving his N1 starfighter through the canyons of Navarro and taking out all the pirate fighters. And the ground movement of Paz Vizsla's Mandalorians was a tactical choreography that we don't often get in a live-action series. And the gift of land that Greef Karga gave to the Mandalorians was a prime example of redemption that has been a major theme this season. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and if you like the content and the deeper discussion into the themes found in Star Wars, please hit the like button and subscribe to keep me in your feed.